Monsters, welcome to the Deep Dish. It's a special edition because I have the one and only Julia Michaels with me joining the show. I'm so excited. First of all, congratulations on releasing your EP, Second Self. It just has like 6 songs, and it really is such a treasure trove of, vibey, almost like summery, beachy tracks. Even if it talks a lot about like desire, cutting people off, breaking up, moving, which is
Yeah,
perfect. It's a new season, right?
perfect for summer. Yeah.
Absolutely. So tell me, what was the intention behind Second Self and why the title too?
Um, Second self. So I started my own label this year, and I went fully independent. And I think second self is just sort of acknowledging that this is, in essence, a sort of second chance on, betting on myself and my second chance at like creating a world visually and sonically that I really um, really wanted to make. And I think with second self as well is like I think that people know me as sort of the vulnerable, emotional girl, and this sort of feels like this is my chance to sort of show people that I'm also fun and silly and kitschy and flirty and sexy. And I don't feel like in the past I was able to feel like that. I think when you're signed to a major label and you put out a certain type of song, it's essentially your identifier. And so because I was known for putting out something that was very raw and emotional, I think people just always expected me to be raw and emotional. And there's more to me than that. I mean, that is a big part of me, but there's a second part of me that's also like fun and flirty and silly, and I really wanted to embody that on this album, this EP.
And I actually did hear that playfulness like in this EP because it sounded like in every track like you were just having fun with this EP. Like it was I felt like maybe this was more like of your natural self, your natural like personality, who you really are. So that quirky playfulness, like when I was listening to it, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is like such a different song, but then it sounds more personal but still like you know what I'm gonna be fun and I'm gonna show people a different side like the fun side because like what you said
Yeah,
most of it is always
yeah, I didn't really get the opportunity to like show people my personality. I'm like, and I think too, I get in my head of like, oh, people just want to hear me be sad, so I need to just like write sad songs.
mm.
And I think this was my first time being like, no, I think I'm just gonna write what I want. People are amazing, and if they don't, then that's okay too, and I'll accept that. Like,
So Heaven 2, that's like one of the tracks in Second Self, and it's a gorgeous song. Like I'm saying that because like my favorite part actually was the trumpet in the background because it really gives that like going home sunset vibe. It's like, kind of like end of the day kind of thing. So what was the creative process behind that musical arrangement of Heaven 2?
so we actually started with the production,
Mhm.
and I remember it was me and John Bellion and Ten Rock and Pete Nappy in the room together, and they had started this amazing little beat with me there, and I just kept listening to it, and there was a certain point where they were like, should we like go like change something and work on something else and come back to this? I was like, no, 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 I really like this. Like, we're gonna figure this out. And I started singing the chorus melody, and I just kind of went like, "Yeah, all night, baby, love you crazy." And they were like, that's really cool. And we just kind of kept working on it, kept doing it, and then I freestyled like the verse melody and started coming up with lyrics for it. And I actually had so many scrap lyrics for the verses. And I even went back in and rewrote the second verse by myself, just like about what I wanted to say. And some of the scrap lyrics were so funny, but I Yeah, and actually, fun fact, the trumpet was originally Bellion just doing like a mouth trumpet on the track, and we found somebody to come and actually play the trumpet and mimic what he had done.
I love that. Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's such a cool story. And actually, like the when you were referring to verse one, it was like it did sound like a rap riff, right? Like how they would kind of
yeah.
like pretty much do like a rap lyric. But
One
yeah,
of
like when I
my
when
favorite things to do is like go on the mic. I don't typically Sometimes I like to have things prepared, but not always. I sometimes I like to just come in and just kind of let the universe do what it does. And if we make something amazing, if we don't, we're human. It's okay. Um, but a lot of the times I love to just be on the mic and listen to the loop and just try different melodies and try different cadences and see what feels good and see if any lyrics kind of instinctively come with said melody and kind of go from there. And sometimes I'll write it and I'll listen back to it 2 days later and be like, oh, I want to change this. I want to fix that. And be like, like always trying to figure out how I can make something better.
Awesome. I love that. Now, this next question is tied to my radio show, The Deep Dish. We talk about dating and relationships a lot. So, Fool, that's an incredibly witty song. I didn't even know like it stood for falling out of love. I was like,
It doesn't, but it does now.
I know, exactly. So it's genius. And sometimes we feel like a fool for falling in love with someone. So my question for you is, when you're falling out of love with an ex, but you're experiencing, withdrawal symptoms, you want to text them, check their IG, call them. What do you do to stay the course?
um, I don't. I just I stalk them for like a good couple months so I can get as much songwriting information as I can. And then I use it against them.
I love that. I love that. That is creative
Yes.
liberty.
Pop songs. And
Absolutely.
hence GFY was born.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That's the next song that I was going to talk about. So I almost lulled when I was like listening to GFY because there was zero expectations, and then there was a piano and a choir. Felt like gospel, right? So I thought GFY was like good for you, and I didn't know it was like like go f yourself,
Yeah.
right? So cheeky song, and the lyrics, I really want to be the bigger person, but I'm only 5'4". That should be a T-shirt. So, do you think now, like being the bigger person is sometimes or never overrated?
It's overrated.
Okay, all right.
I'm,
Hence the song.
I'm not evolved or mature enough yet to not think that yet. But yeah, no, I wrote this song because I had an ex that was just being so annoying, like just would not stop talking about me, would hear from my friends that he was like talking about me and like playing the victim and just being like so woe is me when he had like broken up with me and like put me through hell. And I was just like, actually yourself. You can literally go yourself. And then when we did the clean version, we did go find yourself, and I thought that was even funnier.
It
Like
didn't
you actually really, you know
that.
what, you really need to go find yourself. Have a good time doing that. Good luck. Go
Yes,
forth.
yes, I agree. And so in the song "Scissors," which we've been playing on the Monster too, you collab with Maren Morris to sing about having no shame and cutting people off. So, what was it like working with Maren for "Scissors"?
I have worked with Maren so much throughout the course of my songwriting career. I love her so much. We wrote a song together that was nominated for Best Country Song at the Grammys one year called Circles Around This Town for her. And when we got back together to work on her new album, we wrote a song called Cut together. And she had called me when I was in Nashville actually and was like, hey, would you want to feature on this song? And I was like, are you joking? Like, you can literally collaborate with anybody and you want me to be on this song? I'm like, so yes, absolutely. And then like a couple weeks later, I was like, hey, fun fact, I actually have a song called Scissors. Like, how funny would it be if I do a song on your like album called Cut and you do a song on mine called Scissors? And they're not correlated at all, other than that the titles are like relatively similar. And I sent her the song and she was like, this is incredible. And I told her my idea for the music video, and we were just like dying laughing. And I was so happy that she was able to make time for the music video because we had so much fun just torturing this man on set that day. Um, no, but I love her. She is so and I feel so grateful because this industry can be really lonely, and I'm grateful that people like her exist because she really walks the walk and talks the talk when it comes to, being a girl's girl and, women making the world go round. I'm obsessed with her. I think she's truly amazing.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, I love that it's a full circle moment for Cut and then for Scissors. Now, like maybe some of the monsters who are listening might need to hear this from you. So if you were to talk to your best friend who's afraid of cutting ties with their crappy ex-boyfriend, like someone who isn't treating them right, what's a radio friendly message that you would like to say to them?
Simply put, I mean, of the most radio friendly thing I could say to someone is you deserve better. I mean, I think that people typically date what they think they deserve. And if you think you deserve garbage, then you're going to get garbage. If you think that you deserve somebody amazing, then you're going to get somebody amazing. So it's all in how you view yourself, I think. You attract what you sort of kind of put out in the world, I think. And if you want to attract somebody that's, I don't know, that's just, I think like, I think so many of my friends too have fallen victim to people that don't treat them well. And I never think that any of my friends' boyfriends are good enough for them. Um, but I don't know. Like, I think life is too short to be treated any other way than like amazing. And you should be in a relationship where you feel loved and respected and supported. And, if you come home and this person is mean to you and you feel stressed out and you feel gaslit and you feel hurt more times than you feel loved and you feel happy, then you shouldn't be there.
Right. And I'm looking forward to what the off-air version of that message would be, but not in this
Like,
interview.
get the out. What the are you doing? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Go.
There we go.
Are you? I love you so much. Are you dumb? Go.
I love that, Julia. Thank you. One last question. Southeast Asia, of course, is one of your top streaming regions, and you have Philippines being your third largest market. So what would your message
I know what you're going to ask me. I know. I want to come. I really want to come so bad. We are talking about what a tour might look like because we've never toured Asia before. But that's something we would love to do in the future. I know. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. I promise we are trying to figure out how to get there.
I love it. And we love you so much, Julia. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us here on the Deep Dish on the Monster. And I hope you have the best day or evening, depending on where you are. So enjoy the rest of your time and take care.
Thank you, Nikki. You too. Thanks for a fun interview.
Appreciate that.